even though Aquarius is an air sign, I feel like Aquas, especially when they are creatively connected to something, hence being part of the movie, they feel like spiritually tied to it. Like they want to give a part of themselves to it. So I think they're very passionate when it comes to that. And Blake being a Virgo, I'm sure she did not want to release any sort of control. Like that's another thing with Blake Lively's birth chart. All that Virgo energy, she does not want to give up control. She does not want to give up any control. And anyone who dares to try and take any of the control from her, she will probably have a big problem with. What's good, you guys? Welcome. Happy Thursday. Welcome to Yap Therapy. If you weren't here last podcast, I've come to the conclusion that this is Yap Therapy. We're going to talk. I'm going to yap. I'm going to yap about a bunch of shit. Throwing astrology in there always. And it's going to be therapy because we are going to get into the nitty gritty of all the things, even the stupid shit. I will find a way to make it deep for you, for me, for the world. Scorpio stellium things. But hi, I'm so happy to be here with y'all. Happy Virgo season. Virgo season just came out of nowhere, I feel like. I genuinely love fall. Like, I feel like every basic person ever says that. Fall is my favorite. But, like, I'm an October baby, so I feel like we should get, like, special treatment when it comes to fall time, autumn being our favorite, because it's our season, okay? Not to, like, gatekeep a whole ass season, but, like, low-key, I'm gatekeeping a whole ass season, because, like, spooky season is ours, okay? Scorpios. And we'll share with October Libras, you know, because why not? They're cute. But yeah, it's freaking Virgo season, and this is now the time to not only be productive, but also be a supreme level hater and a critic. Like, that is what Virgo season means to me, is that I can truly hate in the name of being a critique, and no one can say shit about it, because what do you, I'm just judging to help them, you know what I mean? If they were just to listen to my advice, their life would be better. Like, that's why I'm judging them, you know, not because it's fun for me. Like, I can't help but see everything that is wrong in the world, and if only people listen to me, things would get better. Like, that's Virgo energy to me. That is Virgos all the time. Virgos are usually, like, seen as, like, super judgmental people, right? And they're, like, harsh critics. But it's genuinely because they see everything that is wrong with everything and anything. They see the smallest mistakes. They see the details that other people wouldn't notice. And how could you not be a judgmental ass bitch or a judgmental ass man when you see everything that is wrong? I'm sure, you know what I mean? Like, if they had Pisces energy, they would actually be glass, you know, half full, everything that is right, like seeing people, even though they have flaws, like really just vibing with them, understanding them, accepting them. And then Virgo on the other side, the Pisces' sister sign, is very much like, but if only you fix this, that, and this, you would be perfect. Don't you want to strive to be perfect? And other people, if they don't understand Virgo energy, they're gonna look at you like you're a fucking asshole. Like, why would you even say that? Like, why can't you just look over that? And Virgo's like, I actually thought I was helping you by telling you the things that you yourself do not have the eye to see, you know? So it's all about understanding every sign's energy. And I'm not out here making excuses for Virgos. I do think sometimes you guys can keep your critiques to yourself, but it is your season, and it's your season for every sign. So I encourage everyone during Virgo season, let that hater energy just like fuel you. You know what I mean? Like, you may ask yourself, who am I to critique anything? And I'm here to tell you that you have to have no credentials whatsoever to be a critic. And truly, it's healing to talk your shit. Like, I fully endorse that behavior. My rules are talk your shit. If it's about, like, celebs, people you don't know, don't go to their page. You know what I mean? Because, like, that's just, like, a whole nother level. Don't be commenting weird shit. Sit down with your friends and talk your shit. You know what I mean? Really vent about everything that is bothering you. Because I think Virgos in general, they don't do that with everybody, but the people that they're comfortable with, they are talking so much shit in terms of like what's pissing them off in life. And I think that's a really important component of like Virgo season energy, because what we normally see is like clear out your life. You know what I mean? Master that skill. Also, I feel like Virgo season is all about talking that shit and being judgmental. You know what I mean? Shit's bothering you. Let's get into the nitty gritty of why it's bothering you. Why that person is fucking bugging you. That is my favorite thing to do during Virgo season, as well as like being outside and being with the plants and touching grass. And it's so funny because it's like when it comes to talking your shit, Virgo just does it so flawlessly. So don't assume that you'll ever, match that. Virgo just does it, reads people in situations, like reads them so effortlessly and in such like a classy and demure way. And I feel like people genuinely think that like Virgo is perfect and can do no wrong, blah, 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 blah. While the innocent act is not something that I buy ever, I will say my favorite part of Virgo energy is when I'm not receiving it and I get to sit by them, be adjacent to their energy while they're reading someone or a situation. Like that's my favorite because they do it so effortlessly, and it's truly an art. You know what I mean? It's an art. I also feel like another thing with Virgo season and Virgo energy is like the feeling of disgust. Like that to me is like, associated with Virgo energy because Virgos get disgusted by things really easily. And I truly feel that way during Virgo season. Like anytime anyone does something, like I get the ick really quickly during Virgo season. And that's funny. I feel like maybe I should do... That would be a really good video. I think I'm going to do a astrology concept video with which signs get the ick the most quickly. Would you guys be interested in that? Because I feel like I have some thoughts and opinions about which signs would be there. And newsflash, obviously Virgo would be there. I feel like that would be really fun. So I think I'm going to do that. But yeah, Virgo season is just a time. And Virgo energy just gets disgusted easily and gets embarrassed easily. And it reminds me of something really tragic that happened to me the other day. And I just don't understand what's wrong with people. So I was at a coffee shop. And this coffee shop in particular has like lounge areas, like it has couches, but then it has these like little like kind of couches that are connected to the wall with like the bay windows. So like 3 different parts of the coffee shop has that. And it's like through glass, right? So you could see the other people that are using it. If you're sitting in one, you could see the other people sitting in theirs because they're all like adjacent to each other. I was there. I was working. It was sunny outside. Let me set the scene up for you real quick. It was sunny outside. There was a warm breeze, in the air. You smelled the coffee. They were playing like super chill R&B as like the background music. Like it's just always a vibe. This is my favorite fucking coffee shop, right? I'm there, I'm working. I'm like, oh, life is so good. I'm so grateful and blessed. I look up from my laptop as I'm typing away with a smile. Tell me why there is a man lounging in the area in front of me. We're facing each other, right? His feet are kicked up and he has no shoes on or socks. His fucking bare naked fucking feet were just out there for everybody to see, and I had front row seats to it. And when I tell you, my face literally went from like, like, brother, like, why do you as a grown man like feel like that is okay? Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, here comes the Virgo season disgust. Like, I was disgusted by this man because I'm just like, why? And they looked grimy, you guys. They did. I'm sorry. Like, they really did. It killed the vibe. I texted my boyfriend, and he was like, ew, like, he talked his shit with me. I'm just like, God, like, it just sucks. It sucked because, like, the level was, like, perfect. Like, my laptop screen was here, and anytime, like, I glanced even an inch up, his feet were, like, right there. And I'm just like, what in the actual hell? So, yeah, that really pissed me off. I don't know. I just feel like there is a certain level of respect you have to have for other people when you're in public. Like, that's not a hot take. And I don't think everyone understands that. And it bothers me. I feel like there should be like a fucking rule book. How to act while outside around other humans. I think a lot of people would benefit from said rule book. And I don't know. I just feel like people should be embarrassed more often. And they should they should use this feeling of embarrassment to be like, maybe I shouldn't do this because this is embarrassing. You know what I mean? Like, let's bring shame back. Let's bring shame back when it matters. Because some people are just too comfortable being nasty, and I don't like it. Okay, so you have to be living under a rock to not know what's happening with the It Ends With Us movie drama. So if you don't know, quick synopsis. It Ends With Us is a movie that came out. It has trigger warning topics of like domestic abuse and domestic violence in it. I actually read the book. It was like 4 years ago, I think, 3-4 years ago, and they turned it into a movie, and it came out this year. And the two leads are Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni in this movie. You know, big names. And essentially, what happened is when this story came out, that's when all this blew up. It came out that Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni are not doing press together. So the two co-stars are not doing press together. So already a little funny, a little fishy. And come to find out, no one in the cast and crew follows Justin Baldoni. And obviously Blake and him don't follow each other either. So that's weird too. So now there's like all this speculation going around on both sides of like who's the problem. And it's just crazy because it's been said that it had to do with creative control, but that just seems like creative control. Like that wouldn't make two people not like each other and not want to do press together. Like it can't just be that. But now there's obviously people on both sides that are trying to say, oh, it's his fault, or no, it's her fault. And the press has taken over, and now the online, like social media has taken over. So now there's all this stuff coming out about Blake Lively and like how she has they're insinuating that she has actually never been a kind person and that she kind of has undertones of being a bitch, is what they're implying with the stuff that is coming out. Like they're kind of resurfacing these videos of her and how she acted in the past to like other interviewers or maybe other co-stars in other shows. It's just not a good look for her. Obviously, I've seen some of the interviews and like they're hard watches. It's just like, ugh, like girl, why? But also from what I've known, she's a Nepo baby, is she not? And I'm not saying all Nepo babies are like bad people and they can't read the room, but I think probably most of them, not all, most of them have this air of like superiority, I'm thinking. And at the end of the day, they're like billionaires, you guys. Like, they're not going to act normal because they're not normal. I don't think that makes it okay the way they treat people. But like, I feel like we put celebrities on a pedestal sometimes and we want them to like, oh, like they're just like us for real. It's like, they're not though. You know what I mean? Like they're not. They have a certain level of power and success and whatever. And as much as we want to connect with them and feel like we see ourselves in them, the more humble they are, at the end of the day, they live in a different world and they have different experiences. And I think some of them are really good at connecting with people and their fans, and staying humble throughout their whole career. And that probably has to do with like family and like their environment growing up or whatever, the people close to them. But not all of them have that. And I think not all of them are able to stay grounded throughout, all the fame and money and whatever. But then on the other side of it, I'm looking at, and I don't know these people. Justin Baldoni, the fact that no one in the cast follows him, to me, it's like, okay, well, he can't be that innocent either. You know what I mean? So I guess we'll never really know about like what led the demise of their relationship in particular. But like the stuff that's coming out about her, like it's crazy that like something that's happening recently, that's how the age of technology works, and Pluto and Aquarius works, is that like shit will come back to haunt you. Like if people see that you're getting canceled or you did something right now, I feel like all of a sudden now they have this power behind them to go through your entire history and be like, well, leading up to this fuck up, these are all the other fuck ups that you've done, so let's just bring it all out. You're like in the court of public opinion, right? So yeah, it's just not, it hasn't been the best look for Blake, I would say. And I just thought that, I don't know, let's talk about it. Let's look at her birth chart, and see if there are bitchy undertones in there. And, I think it'll just be fun. And then we'll look at Justin Baldoni's birth chart after, yeah? And we'll see if there's like any tension here in their synastry, right? That would be fun. Oh, stop. No. Excuse me? I am going to post her birth chart right here. You guys. I don't know. I feel like this. No, I need to like look at another website just to confirm. Not that AstroCharts has ever been wrong, but why aren't we talking about this more? Why are we? No, it's correct. Oh my God, you guys. She is a Virgo sun, Virgo moon, Virgo Mercury, Virgo Venus, Virgo Mars. Wasn't I just talking about Virgos and how sometimes they just be talking their shit, but they do it in such a classy way? And not that I'm saying Blake has done it in a classy way for all this time, but the fact that she's gotten away with it for this long and suddenly people are catching on to her shade and the way that she acts. Oh, and I'm not saying, again, you guys, I have to preface this by saying Blake Lively being a Virgo doesn't mean that all Virgos are bad and they're bitches. But I'm saying from this chart, from this Virgo stellium, we can definitely tell that she does not hide her disdain for people or things or situations. But she does have a Leo rising, which makes sense because she cares about the way she looks and the way she's presented, and she wants to be a star. It's so funny. People are like comparing her right now like to the new J-Lo, because when all that shit was coming about J-Lo and how she treats like interviewers and like people, or just says things that are so out of touch with reality. Like it's like it gave like low vibrational Leo, where you think the world just revolves around you and you're just a star and everyone has to bow down. So people were like, oh, when this shit came out about Blake Lively, because people are like reading into her and how she shows up in interviews and whatnot. Now, finally, J-Lo can take the back seat because no one's worried about her anymore. And I thought that was crazy. And it's funny because Blake Lively's a Leo rising. So I see that Leo rising in her in the sense that she definitely wants to be the star. I mean, she's a beautiful woman and she's talented, clearly. But like, I see it in the way that she acts, like her personality. She definitely kind of gives like the air of like, my shit don't stink and you should be honored to be in my presence. And again, I love confidence, but it's teetering towards cockiness and you think you're better than everyone. And it's not the best look, but I am actually shocked to see all this Virgo energy. Like, I don't even know what to do with it. Like, I thought I was going to like go through it and be like, oh, and look, they have this here and their sun sign is this. Virgo, 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 Virgo. That is insane. Good for her, you know? I don't think she's probably happy right now. She's probably actually very uncomfortable with how much people are focusing on her. Virgo, it's funny because she's a Leo rising, so she loves attention, but she loves good attention, obviously. And now she's getting some really, really bad attention, and I'm sure the Virgo in her is very, very nervous and anxious, and that sucks. You know what I mean? Like, I think she should apologize to some of the interviewers for the way she acted and maybe reflect on how she treats people that she deems as unworthy of her time. But I do feel like it sucks when everyone in the world, even imagine you go to a party and 3 people in there don't like you or talking shit about you. That is not fun. So imagine the whole world literally creating videos and posting and talking about all of your worst moments. Hopefully it'll be a time for you to reflect and become a better person, but no matter what, it's going to feel really heavy and like it's a lot. It's a lot. Period. Okay, let's look at Justin Baldoni's birth chart, right? Because we got to see both sides of the coin. Justin Baldoni. He's an Aquarius with a Libra moon, with a Capricorn Mercury, with a Venus in Sag, and a Mars in Scorpio. Shit. Wow. Okay. Well, first of all, yeah. Come on. A Virgo sun, Aquarius sun. I feel like a Virgo sun and Aquarius sun. These are 2 people who believe that their idea is the best idea. They're going to run with that shit. You know what I mean? And they're not going to back down. Like when it comes to, I could get the job done better than you, both of these signs are fighting for that. Because even though Aquarius is an air sign, I feel like Aquas, especially when they are creatively connected to something, hence being part of the movie, they feel like spiritually tied to it. Like they want to give a part of themselves to it. So I think they're very passionate when it comes to that. And Blake being a Virgo, I'm sure she did not want to release any sort of control. Like that's another thing with Blake Lively's birth chart. All that Virgo energy, she does not want to give up control. She does not want to give up any control. And anyone who dares to try and take any of the control from her, she will probably have a big problem with. And he's a Libra moon. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now I'm getting the sense that he's actually like very much in touch with his feelings and very sensitive. I mean, I do love everything that he's been doing for the movie. Like in every interview, he talks about DV. He talks about domestic violence, and he is very much in tune with like what the audience needs to hear before they go and watch this movie and just things like that. Whereas Blake has been very much over the surface about the topics, about the triggers that come with this movie. And I feel like Libra moons in general are very much, they kind of match your feelings. They are very much in tune with other people's feelings and how they're feeling, and they want to make sure that everyone is okay. So it very much gives that. He does have a Capricorn Mercury. So their Mercury signs trine one another because she has a Mercury in Virgo. And honestly, they may have booty tickled each other when it came to the way they communicate. Even though their Mercuries trine each other, if there was creative clashes, I feel like both Virgo Mercury and Capricorn Mercury are very direct. But his Libra moon does square his Capricorn Mercury, so I wonder how that affects the way that he communicates. Like, I would love to be behind the doors, because, listen, we watch, like, obviously interviews with these people, but they're media trained. So you're not really seeing what they're actually like when they're communicating. You know what I mean? In a moment of passion or whatever. So it would be interesting to see how he communicates when he feels frustrated, because of the fact that his moon sign, the sign of emotions, is squaring his Mercury sign, the sign that talks about how you communicate. So I do wonder if he expresses things very boldly because of his Capricorn Mercury. So that would be interesting to know. And then his Venus is in Sag. I love Sag Venuses, actually. But again, that squares Blake's Virgo Venus. So they'd have that clash there as well. He probably wants to be more free and express his love and kind of get along with everyone, whereas Virgo Venus is very particular about what they like and how they like it, again, whereas Sagittarius Venus is very much free and is open to new things and wants to change things up. So there could have been also clashes there with her wanting order in a specific way and him wanting to open her mind, and she's just not feeling it. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but I want to know. I want to know so bad, because everything is just he said, she said. You know what I mean? There's really no proof of anything. And then finally, he has a Mars in Scorpio. That is one of the best Mars placements to have. Not being biased because I'm a Scorpio. Like, it's because Scorpio is Mars ruled. So Mars in Scorpio is very determined, goes after what they want. That is actually one of their signs that do get along. I love a Mars and Virgo, Scorpio Mars combo. I think it's hot. I think those two Mars signs really understand each other. Overall, from what I'm understanding when it comes to his chart, is that he can get along with the people. You know what I mean? He has that Aquarius sun, he has that Libra moon, he has that Sagittarius Venus. Like, he is a people person. Whereas with Blake's Virgo energy, maybe she comes across in a way that's a little uptight and like she can't really read the room. Whereas I feel like when you have a lot of air energy in your chart, you're really able to blend in and out of situations. I always say this, you're able to connect with various types of people. You read the room before you make certain jokes. And yeah. Another thing too is that, like, even though Justin Baldoni is the one that's like looking the best right now, like I said, I don't think he's just that innocent either. Something has to be happening for everyone else to be unfollowing him from the cast and crew. But the fact that he has the Aqua Sun and that Libra Moon, I feel like those placements can really give him this air of like everything's chill and everything's fine. But he's, harboring this like Scorpio Mars and this, Mercury and Capricorn. And maybe he does keep those parts of himself very well hidden, so not everyone sees it. And maybe when you work closely enough with him is when you see it. So maybe she has experienced sides to him that not everyone sees. Again, these are all just speculations. We don't really know. Nothing's confirmed. Allegedly, 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 allegedly. Okay? Okay, let's talk about a big transit that is happening for cardinal signs. And after this transit ends, for fixed signs, it shall begin. So Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2008. And it moved into Aquarius for a bit last year, I believe. And then it's been still having those retrograde periods where it's retrograding back into Capricorn. And on September 1st, it's going to retrograde for the last time. And it's going to be there until November 19th of this year. So from September 1st to November 19th, Pluto will be in Capricorn for the last time since 2008 when that transit began. So if you want to know how that affects you, what you're going to do is look at the house that Capricorn is in your birth chart. Whatever house it's in, that is the area of your life that has been going through deep transformation and has been going through different variations of power struggles in your life, because it's Pluto, right? So it's lots of death and rebirth and power, all the things that essentially have to do with karma and fate and deep, honestly, change when it comes to, again, whatever house it falls into, whatever area of life. For example, for me, Capricorn is in my first house because I'm a Capricorn rising, right? So that's the house that it has been affecting since 2008. I have been burning and rebuilding my entire identity and self and attitude and overall approach to life, how I come and show up in this world. That's the house that has been going through it, because that's where Capricorn is for me. And I feel like this is big. This is huge. The reason it's affecting cardinal signs, again, is because it was in Capricorn, right? So if you had Capricorn, Aries, Libra, Cancer in your chart, you have been going through a deep change since 2008, and it's been hard, but it was all not for nothing. You know what I mean? Like, this ultimately helped you, helped shape you, helped break down and release the things, the people, anything that was holding you back. The dead weight essentially has been falling off you, but the dead weight doesn't fall off of you with ease when it comes to a Pluto transit. It's getting pulled off you, but it's like stuck to your skin, so it hurts. You know what I mean? It would be so easy to just shed dead weight, shed dead skin, and transform and become the best versions of ourselves. But it's really hard to let go of these things. And that's why, Pluto transits are such long transits, because it doesn't just happen overnight. It's like years of you understanding on a deep psychological level why you are the way that you are, how you're going to change that, why that area of your life is the way that it is. And do you like it? Well, what if you don't like it? Are you finally ready to understand why you are the way that you are and why you act the way that you act? You're going to be asking yourself a lot of questions like that. And your subconscious is going to be sending messages to you on the daily. And you're going to see the darker parts of yourself and the parts that you no longer want to resonate with. You're going to be shedding throughout this transit. So yeah, to all my cardinal signs, I love you. During this final transit of Pluto being in Capricorn from September 1st until November 19th, take a deep breath. You know what I mean? You got this. It's happening. And you're going to emerge out of it feeling like a whole new person. But you're just at that final stage where you're just over it. Where you're just like, what? Why do I keep seeing the same things? Why does the universe keep bringing the same lesson back into my life? That is happening for the last time when it comes to this Pluto transit in your life, okay? So if you're a cardinal sign, hold on a little bit longer until the end of November, and shit's gonna start getting really good for you guys. I believe it. Also, genuinely, I just want to say that I fucking hate Mercury retrograde with my whole entire heart and life, because I have been mispronouncing shit and having to restart like 10 different times during like all the topics leading up to this point. It's fine because the power of editing is there. Future Sara, proud of you for the work that you do. Thank you for editing this chaotic version of events. Because truly, like, I feel like sometimes I'm talking too fast and then I get excited and I mispronounce and I have to go back, and I'm just like, just relax. You know what I mean? You don't have to talk at times 2 speed, Sara. So yeah, I feel like it's worse because it's Mercury retrograde. And speaking of Mercury retrograde, oh, y'all thought I was done? Y'all thought I was done getting scammed? If you were here 2 episodes ago, I shared my story, my lore of what happened when I went to outside lands, when my phone got stolen. How I was a victim of petty theft, and how they really fucked with me because I was honestly hungover as hell, stressed. I had anxiety, had to go to the T-Mobile store. I was around people that also had got their phone stolen. So it's like a whole ass fucking thing. Anyway, if you were there, you know it. You think I was done? You think that was done? No, it wasn't. So tell me why. And before I start, you have to make me a promise. You have to make me a promise that you're not going to judge me. And if you do, you're just going to think it. You know what I mean? You're not going to say it. Have some class. So I was chilling on the weekend. Tell me why I get a text from Apple support. I get a text from Apple support, and you guys, it seems so legit. And how did they know? Like, they said, oh, your stolen iPhone 14 is in China and they're attempting to use your Apple Pay. Go to Find My iPhone and remove the it was just, I don't even want to get into specifics of it. I don't want to get into the specifics of it. The problem is that they knew what had happened. So I was like, oh, and the fact that it said maybe Apple support, like, Apple needs to stop with that shit of like, it may be. How about no? Because if it wouldn't have said that, I wouldn't have associated with it being Apple support. You know, I would have checked. Oh God, I feel so dumb. That's the worst part. They caught me during a moment of weakness. Okay. I was in bed. I was getting breakfast made for me. I was chilling. I was happy. Until I got scammed. But yeah, so then I was like, fuck. Because I went on, I was like, that's so weird. I did it right. I removed the phone. Instead of it being lost on Find My iPhone, I put it as remove because I thought that's what I'm supposed to do. Like, they're saying I should remove it because that does things in my head. That's what I'm thinking. But then I go on Reddit because in the back of my mind, I was like, that's so weird though. Why would they do that? So then I went on Reddit, and people, I'm sorry, Reddit is like as bad as like WebMD when it comes to spiraling. Like, that's how I feel. I go on Reddit and they're like, oh, see, you fucked up. Why would you do that? Like, they were like harassing the people that came to them with the same shit that I did. Like, someone had the same story. They're like, why would you do that? Now they can use your phone. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, did I just like give them my entire identity? Like, you know what I mean? Because they haven't turned it on yet. So even though I had tried to do the erase, you know what I mean? Erase the data, because they hadn't turned it on since it's been stolen. It hasn't been able to erase. So as long as they turn it on, it will do that. But I got that text, so I removed it from my Find My phone. So the device is no longer mine. So then I hop on with real Apple support. The real Apple support. And we're texting. Oh my God, bless that Apple employee. He, she, they were so nice, so helpful. They were like, oh no. They're like, oh, well, do you have access to your, iCloud account? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, change the password. And I did it. And they're like, oh, great. That's the best thing. Like, that's the first thing in your line of defense, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, are they going to have like access to everything? I don't know why. I was just overthinking it. They were like, no matter what, like, it's going to be, like, when they turn it on, your stuff's not going to be there. But now I guess it will make it so they can turn it on and use it as their own phone, which is fucking annoying because you don't want them to be able to do that. That's why you should always keep your stolen device on your Find My Phone app. Like, keep it as a device there and keep it as lost/stolen. So no matter what, they can never use it. That they'll just have to sell it in parts. I learned my lesson. Don't worry, my identity will not be stolen. My credit cards won't be stolen. So yeah, that's what happened, and it really put a damper on my morning. And then I I go to the contact. And I'm like, it said Apple support. Da, 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 da. I'm like freaking out. And I see that it said some random fucking email. .China. Literally, it said that. And I was like, oh, got it. I don't know how this happened to me. My guards are down. I guess I've just been living life lately and just not really thinking about the consequences. So not me. The worst part of this was actually my Pisces man saying, damn, baby, I thought you'd be the last person this would happen to. Like, Pookie, what the fuck?
Pookie, what the fuck? Like, I genuinely have never been more like...
Like, number one, how dare you? And number two, me too. I can't believe I got swindled like this. It's so not good for the brand. You know what I mean? Like, it's so not good for the Scorpio brand. So that's why I said, like, we already made a promise. You're not going to judge me. I've just been in my, like, little, like, happy girl era. Like, not worrying about how things are going to go. No, who am I talking about? I got swindled. It was embarrassing. It's fine. It is what it is. Fuck you to the person that did that. And I speak on behalf of every person ever that has gotten their shit stolen. Or people that have gotten scammed. Like, God, get a hobby. One of you guys sent me this list and I thought it was so funny. Like, it's just like a joke, this list. I mean, no list is like, oh my God, this is law. Like, when it comes to Zodiac list. But this one's a joke. I personally think whenever there's a Zodiac list and it has like numbers and, you know, it goes in order and it has multiple of the same sign in there, like, you can't take those seriously because that's just funny. You know what I mean? Because also it's just like, you can't do that. Like, you can't do that. Every sign needs to be there. It said top 10 toxic signs. Posting it here. Do you guys see how many times Capricorn is? Also Virgo. There's hella Virgos in there. That's so funny. And listen, you think I'm surprised that we're there? Absolutely not. If anything, I'm honored as a Scorpio that we're only there once. Like, wow. Really? That's so nice. So it goes Capricorn, Pisces, Capricorn, Virgo, Virgo, Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Capricorn. Like, I think that you've been effed over by a Capricorn is what I'm kind of getting from this. What are you guys thinking? I think if anyone thinks Capricorn is toxic, we're going to go through these signs and why people would think they're toxic. Someone would think Capricorn is toxic if Capricorn plays hard to get and they don't give you the time of the day. They don't open up to you. They may make you feel inferior. You know what I mean? They'll make you feel like you're a bug stuck on their shoe if they don't like you. And that would probably hurt people's feelings. Also, Capricorn may hurt your feelings by calling you out on everything that you're lacking. It's easy for them to see that. You know what I mean? They do that for themselves every day. They wake up and they tell themselves that they don't deserve to be happy. So because of that, they can also help you realize why you should also never be happy. You guys, remember, this is a joke. It's funny. Haha. Obviously, not all Capricorns are like that, but they can be very pessimistic. And maybe someone that got fucked over by them felt that energy. I don't know. Also, I feel like when Capricorn's into you, they're into you. Like, that's like zaddy. You know what I mean? And if you take that energy away, Capricorn, oof, people are probably angry. They're probably like thirsting for it back. I don't know. That might have something to do with it. And Pisces. Okay. Pisces. Well, you gaslit, you manipulated, you victimized yourself. All right. And somehow you walked away looking like the good guy. I feel like that's what it is with Pisces. Pisces could have been the villain. No one would believe you. Pisces? You're telling me a Pisces fucked you over? They would never. I know that Pisces. They're an angel. I see them baking cookies at the animal shelter. Baking cookies at the animal shelter. I see them baking cookies at the elderly center. And you're telling me Pisces is the one that hurt you and fucked you over? I don't believe you. You're a lie. Like, truly, it's really hard to walk away from a situation where it was you against the Pisces and people are on your side. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. And then we have Virgo. the toxicity of Virgos, it's easy to see. I mean, we already talked about it at the beginning. They wholeheartedly believe that they have and will never do anything wrong in their life. And any problems the two of you have, it's because of you. And if only you tried harder, and only if you were better, only if you worked harder, maybe you would be someone that they could respect and that they would possibly look at without disdain. But they know not everyone's perfect like them, so they don't really believe in you that much. And obviously we have Scorpio. Scorpio. Gosh, where do I even start? Scorpio may have manipulated you. Scorpio may have made you feel like you're the only person in the world, the only person that they'll ever want to get to know on this level. Scorpio may have been there for you when you finally unloaded your deepest trauma. And then Scorpio left you in the dust like you were nothing. And Scorpio all of a sudden closed off emotionally. And Scorpio might have severed ties with you all in the name of, I just feel like there's nothing here anymore. You know what I mean? I feel like Scorpios, when we're done with someone, we're so done. And there is no talking to us or changing our mind. And I think that rubs people the wrong way. When you're able to like cut something off so quickly, I think that bothers people. Also, Scorpio may have been the most toxic because they might have used their emotions to make you do things. You know, I talked about manipulation, but like the strong emotions that Scorpio has, I feel like it allows people to act out of character. And sometimes it's fun for people to be around that energy because it can be a catalyst for doing what they really want to do. I feel like Scorpios, you know, if you're doing it in an empowering way, Scorpio is making you feel like you can do anything and to go after your dreams. But the low vibrational Scorpio energy, they can use your emotions to make you do things that you probably shouldn't be doing, but they're letting you know that, like, listen, well, you feel that way, just lead with it. You know, just lead with it. Just go for it. Let's go to hell. I'll come with you. Okay, and we have Taurus here, which is so funny because, like, I never see Taurus in any of these. I think everyone is toxic. I think everyone sings.
One thing you don't know about Ariana Grande is that she literally sings everything. Like, yes! she's starting to forget how to talk in her own voice because she sings everything. And it's a good thing because she's a beautiful voice, but it's awesome. She sings absolutely everything. She never stops.
That's so true, Liz. You sing a lot too. Like, especially during rehearsals. We all sing.
I think everyone is toxic in their own way, but it's funny seeing Taurus here because usually Venus ruled signs are like, they're perfect. But this is how Taurus is toxic. Maybe that Taurus was toxic to you because they controlled every aspect of your life. Maybe that Taurus was toxic to you because they didn't want you to have any other close connections besides them. Maybe Taurus was toxic to you because they didn't understand why you want to change things that are good. If it ain't broke, why you fixing it? You know, Taurus likes to do things in their own way, and they think their way is the right way for everyone. And if they see that you're changing or that you're doing things differently than how you used to do, they will kind of feel angry with you because they take that shit personally. They're like, no, like, this is the way we do it. Why are you acting funny? You know, why are you acting funny, and why are you like changing? And why are you evolving? Like, let's just be the same forever. And it's funny because with Taurus, they maybe not are saying it like verbally, this is what we're doing, but if you come to them with ideas of that, this, and the third, they'll just give you the silent treatment if they're not feeling it. Like, I feel like Taurus placements are really good at giving you the silent treatment when they're upset with you and when they're annoyed with you. They just are very much exuding that energy of, I'm upset with you, but they're silent. And you kind of have to play a game of like, oh, where did I go wrong? Like, what did I do? And they're just brewing. That bull is just brewing, waiting it out until they can blow up on you. And I think sometimes that is like the harshest type of punishment. I'd rather fight with people, like, let's say it, let's put it all out on the table. Whereas when you're just completely shut off and giving the silent treatment, like, it's scary because it makes the other person go even more crazy because they don't know what they did. And even if they do, because you're not saying anything back, Taurus, they're driving themselves even more insane. So you are punishing them. So if that's what you wanted to do, you're good at it. But yeah, that is the list. I think it's so funny how many times Capricorn and Virgo are there. I'm sorry. I do. I'm laughing. I'm giggling. I'm kicking my feet. What do you guys think of this list? What do you guys think? Do you think the signs that are here, they're good signs to be here? Do you think any other sign should be here that isn't here? You know, let me know. Another thing I saw, so if you guys don't know, Sabrina Carpenter's album dropped and it's so good. You know, I'm obsessed with her. I just saw her at a concert and she was literally spectacular live. I had no idea her vocals were that insane. Like, truly, she's such an amazing singer. But then besides that, she's such a performer. Like, her stage presence was so good. And I'm just so excited to, like, see her career take off. Like, I love this for her. But she just came out with a music video for one of the songs from her new album. And I was obsessed because she actually hired Jenna Ortega, the actress, to be in the music video with her. And the whole concept of the music video is like horror themed, horror themed. And it's so good. I'm gonna post a picture right here. It's such a vibe. And I was so obsessed seeing this because I don't know if y'all know, but they're both Venusians. Jenna Ortega is a Libra. And Sabrina is a Taurus. And I just love seeing two Venusians scheming, plotting, being bad together. And that's on having Aries and Scorpio as your sister signs, you know? Every Libra and Taurus I know is into scary and spooky shit. You know, it's so funny because, like, Venus is seen as, like, this light, beautiful, you know, type of energy where it doesn't, like, ugly, but it's so funny because their sister signs are Mars ruled, and when a Libra and a Taurus are basking in their villain era, they are not to be messed with. They have that energy in them, and like I said, Taurus has the bull in them. Push them far enough, they'll show you what they're made of. And Libra, sweet Libra that really just wants to get along with everybody and maybe social climb once in a while. If you get on their bad side, you don't want to be on Libra's bad side. You want Libra to have only nice things to say about you because that's usually how they feel about most people. They like to keep it cute. But if you got on Libra's bad side, oh, it's kind of insane getting on Libra's bad. Like, what did you do to get on Libra's bad side? Because more than anything, they want to be okay with everybody. So that is funny. I think that's interesting. That is interesting because it's really hard for Libra to have enemies. They truly want to maintain the best relationship. Even they're the types that, like, want to be cool with their exes. They just want to make sure that, like, there's no bad blood there. Like, pure Libra energy, they don't want bad blood with anyone. So if they've gotten to the point where they're feeling murderous and crazy, it's for a reason. All right? I mean, honestly, same with Taurus, too. They want to maintain their peace. They like their routine. But if they have been pushed to the edge of insanity by someone, hello. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Yeah, I was just so excited to see Jenna Ortega in her music video because I love Jenna Ortega. I think she's such a great actress. She does so good in horror films, my favorite genre. Yeah, I've noticed a lot of Libras are good at horror films, a lot of Libra actresses, and that's wild. The whole concept of the music video, by the way, is from the movie Death Becomes Her. So it's a real goodie. Go check out the music video if you haven't already. I love Sabrina Carpenter and I love Jenna Ortega. So it was just so cute to see two of my favorite girlies from different universes coming together. And it made me so happy. I love when, like, my universes collide, or when I see certain people in media that I love separately, like knowing that they have a friendship or that they get along. That makes me so happy because I'm like, oh, my kind of people. Like, I knew it. I knew I fucked with you. All right, y'all. That is the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation. Don't forget to comment about any of the topics I touched on, especially that messy list. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you're a cardinal sign and you're ready for this Pluto transit to be over, because I know I am. With my Libra placements and my Capricorn rising, I am. And I think it's only going to get better from here for us. I love you guys so much. I'm going to link the socials here. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple, don't forget to leave a review. That helps me out a lot. If you're watching, comment, subscribe, like the video. I love you. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye.